as the chairman of this committee, I say to you, shut the F up. Your noise will not silence the truth. Neither does it provide any help in our investigation. Your noise cannot convict and won't even indict the malefactors in this flood control mess. Only evidence does. Para ipangalandakan ninyo na inutil at walang silbi ang Blue Ribbon Committee is not only insensitive to its members, but an insult to our fellow Filipinos who have consistently followed and monitored our hearings and participated in the trillion peso march. Let me emphasize one point. We always go where the evidence leads us. We do not target any particular person, nor do we have the intention to cover up for anybody. Thus, we uncovered the top-to-bottom systemic misuse and abuse of public funds involving high officials in the executive and legislative branches, even the Commission on Audit. Kung makikita niyong personal, si Carla Diskaya, makikilala niyo?
Yes, Your Honor.
Pakituro niyo nga kung naandito sa loob ng session hall. Lapitan niyo na lang kung sino dyan sa among the resource persons. Hindi, lapitan mo na lang at hawakan mo na lang sa balikat, hindi magagalit yan.
Your Honor,
Excuse
pwede
me,
po bang...
you will be recognized later. No? Tuloy lang natin itong proceeding muna. Sige, miss. Pareho kayo na ina-identify nyo na siya mismo yung kaharap ninyo na sinasabing ang may-ari ng bahay, si Speaker Romualdez, at kailangang umalis na kayo? Kindly answer, use the microphone.
Tama po, Your Honor.
Tama po, sir.
February 1 po, it was just a short introduction by TJ Conti. He mentioned that he is the contractor. And then, February 2, medyo nagtagal po kasi nakiusap na nga kami na we really cannot matanggal lahat ng mga gamit dahil sa sobrang dami. And he also mentioned to us na contractor ako dito eh. Meron din kaming deadline. And then we both asked, baka pwede po namin pakiusapan yung may-ari, yung bagong nakabili ng bahay. And then he also mentioned that si Romualdez ang nakabili.
Okay lang po ba tanggalin nila yung face mask nila? Kasi sa totoo lang po, talagang hindi ko sila naaalala kahit sa panaginip ko na naginip ako ng
It's not for you to
bangungot.
identify them, it's for them to identify you. No?
Your Honor, wala po kasi ang maalalang transaction
Well,
at saka
that's your
nakapas.
option to deny. What we're establishing here is the fact that there are two witnesses present here under oath na sinasabing nagpunta ka doon at nine-name drop mo, totoo man o hindi, si Speaker Romualdez na siya nagmamay-ari, bagong may-ari noong number 30 Tamarin Street sa South Forbes.
Your Honor, gusto ko po sanang ma-identify po muna yung dalawang nagtuturo sa akin kasi kahit ni minsan po, hindi pa po ako nakakapasok sa South Forbes Park. Hindi ko pa nga alam kung anong mga uri ng mga bahay meron doon. So, malabong-malabo po talaga at wala po akong inuutusan na kahit sinong broker kasi takot po akong bumili sa mga lugar na yun. Ang kaya ko lang bilhin po ng mga lupa sa lugar lang po ng mga Pasig na hindi ganun kamahal ang presyo ng lupa.
Hindi ko naman sasabing bumili ka eh. They identified you and you are denying. Period.
Mr. Chair, basically, the presentation just shows na meron nga pong variance between the MIPS coordinates, yun nga po yung sinabit ng plano, and yun pong actual implementation. Now, kung bakit po meron ganong difference, yun po yung aming mga nireforma para nga po mabawasan yung mga ganong human interventions. No? And kung buong justified po ba yung pag-urong ng coordinates or duman sa proseso, that is something that we will have to investigate. Ngayon po, Mr. Chair, dun po sa tanong nyo kanina, kung yun po ba sinabit deliberately, of course, ayaw po namin, we're not in the position to answer that.
Naturally, pag mali yung grid coordinates na sinabit, siyempre, lolobo yung ghost projects. Kasi pag pinuntahan yung grid coordinates na mali, wala makikitang project, ire-report na ghost. Hindi ba? You see my point?
Yes, Your Honor. And totoo po yun. Kasi yun po ang nangyari dito sa
initial field validation natin. Out of the supposedly 421 na trimmed down to 416, ito po ay initially pinuntahan na po ng ng AFP-PNP, ng DepDev, at chinek po nila. Dahil wala sila pong nakita, dahil mali po yung coordinates, nireport po nila as non-existent. Meron pong mga lugar, medyo masukal na yan. And kung talagang mag-deviate ka lang by a few so many meters, hindi mo talaga po makikita.
Now,
Ilan po sa tingin ninyo right now ang ika nga na wrong ang naibigay na coordinates? Kasi Mr. Undersecretary, ang dami pong kinasuhan, ang dami pong contractor, ang dami pong mga opisyal ng Public Works and Highways na kinasuhan, kung ginawa naman po ang project, yun po yung tanong natin. It's kind of unfair saying na ghost itong project. Lahat tuloy ng buong Pilipinas, ang tingin tuloy lahat ng projects ng DPWH last year are ghost projects. And when in fact, nandyan naman pala, nagkamali lang ng ika nga pwesto.
Truth of the matter is, because of the time constraint that we have to submit, I instructed the late Undersecretary Cabral to collate the information that we need to submit to the Office of the President. And because the Planning Service has a record of projects that had been completed already, Mr. Chair. Under the MIPS.
Okay, baka mabawasan na namin yung laman doon sa baba dahil baka may mga ipapasok kami bago eh.
Meron nga, Mr. President.
Especially those who do not respond to the subpoena that the Senate has brought out.
medyo na rin sa program yung iba kung magko-cooperate para mabuwasan pa ka rin kami rito. Assuming that they fully cooperate, Kasi I've been telling them, informing them na hindi pa naman huli yung lahat. And the committee may even recommend through the Senate President, once they fully cooperate and help in the investigation and eventual conviction of those being implicated, then, and I hope you will agree if the committee will recommend to the WPP, to the DOJ actually. Bryce, JP, Curly, you heard it from the horse's mouth. May pag-asa pa kayo. So, pagtulog nyo mamaya, isipin nyo mabuti yung gusto nyo i-testify. Hindi po pwedeng half-hearted and half-truth. Kailangan talaga, when you decide to fully cooperate, fully cooperate.
It is not abuse of discretion
What
of the
is
parties. If I may be allowed to answer,
Yes,
sir.
what is it?
Yes, sir. If the parties both agree to the terms and conditions contained in the memorandum of
But you
agreement,
cannot
there is no
impose an
abuse.
agreement if you cannot impose an agreement which is not required by the law, especially if you will put restitution there. How can you do that?
Mr. Chairman, sir, yung restitution po, yung memorandum of agreement is a product of an agreement between both the Secretary of Justice representing the DOJ and the WPP and the witness applicant. Wala pong abuse doon kung pareho po sila nagkasundo. Paulit-ulit na po namin sinasabi na eto tayo, naghahanap tayo at naghahabol tayo doon sa mga taong nangurakot. Tapos itong mga tao na umamin at handang magsoli, ayaw nating tanggapin yung kanilang sinusoli. Ano ho ang nakikitang mali doon? Para po sa amin, para ho maibsan kahit papano yung sakit at pagdurusa ng ating mga kababayan na nakikita nila na napakalaking pera ang nawala. Ano ho ba yung maibalik natin yung kaunti? And remember, Mr. Chair, if I may...
Do not preach to the choir.
No, I'm not preaching,
Sandali lang. Ang pinag-uusapan natin, these people are supposed to be potential witnesses for the state. Kailangan tulungan natin ang Estado para ma-prosecute kung sino-sino ang dapat managot. Kaya nga natin sila ilalagdag. Mahirap ang gagawin nila. Malalagay sa alangin ang buhay nila. Kaya nga yung witness protection is for them. Sa title lang makikita mo, witness protection in interest para sa kanila yon. So yung memorandum of agreement, ayun ay dahilan lamang para masiguro mo na sila'y makikipag-cooperate. Kasi kahit na sila'y na-approve under the Witness Protection Program, but they will not cooperate based on the memorandum, pwede mo siyang i-discharge eh. Alam mo, the court can still do that. At saka, ano sabi nila? Magkano daw?
Ako po, hindi ko po masabi kung magkano po. Kasi para sa akin po, parang kami po ang nanakawan. Parang ibig sabihin, parang modern day na pagnanakaw. Ibig sabihin, yung nakaw pa, siya pa ang magbibigay ng pera dun sa ninakawan niya. Tatandaan ko po yung huling hearing po dito ay nakulong po yung misis ko sa Davao. Samantalang meron naman pong nag-exist na project. Kaya natatakot po ako, Your Honor, na baka pag nagsalita na rin po ako, baka po sa susunod po ako naman po ang makulong.
Chair, pwede po bang malaman kung tulad ng iniutos ng Chair nung nakaraang hearing, nag-submit na po sina Mr. and Ms. Diskaya nung buong listahan nila, ledger, ng mga proyekto nila kasama ang mga joint venture projects para sa mga taong 2016 hanggang 2022?
Your Honor, nung nakalabas po ako, Your Honor, nung nakaraan po, ay hindi po kami pinapasok halos ng mga taga City Hall. Kasi po yung mga taga City Hall po, pinasarado po nila yung office namin. Kasi po, nirevoke po nila yung business permit po namin dahil sa kakulangan po ng occupancy permit. So, nakiusap po kami sa City Hall na sana po papasukin po yung mga taga Senate Sergeant at Arms at ayaw po nila papasukin. At ngayon po, wala na po kaming empleyado. Lahat po sila ay iniwan na po kami o yung iba po ay separated na po kasi sarado na po yung kumpanya namin. Ganun din po yung mga nangungumpahan sa office po namin na building na pinuupahan ay wala na rin po sila doon. Kanya-kanya na po sila ng sara.
Mr. Chair, diretso lang po yung tanong ko pero hindi diretso yung sagot. Parang kanina, lahat po tayo physically naghitla dun sa sinabi ni Mr. Diskaya na parang sila pa yung nanakawan. I would like to request the good chair to please reiterate yung utos ng komite kina Mr. Diskaya. I-submit yung ledger na sinabi ni Ms. Diskaya noon, meron sila ng mga proyekto pati joint venture projects mula 2016 hanggang 2022. Huwag po nilang sisisihin ang City Hall. Hindi po yan kasalanan ng City Hall dahil subject yan ng utos ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Mr. Chair. Sabi rin po ng ating secretariat sa komite, nag-follow up po sila kina Mr. Diskaya last week. Pero hanggang ngayon po, 3:44 na po ng hapon. Almost 3 hours mula nung nagsimula tayo, hindi pa rin sila sumusunod sa utos ng Blue Ribbon, Mr. Chair.
Your Honor, makikiusap po sana ako na baka para mas kumpleto po yung project list po na makuha ninyo, baka po pwedeng isabina na lang po ang DPWS kasi may copy naman po sila kasi wala na po kami talagang mga empleyado na mag-aasikaso. Ako po nakakulong sa Senate po, yung misis ko naman nakakulong sa Davao.
Ang SOP na napunta sa inyo is worth 2.25 billion pesos since 2022.
I completely deny, Your Honor. I don't have any allocable amount.
Tayo ngayon dito sa hearing because for the last 4 years, pinabayaan yung nangyayari ito under your watch.
As Secretary of the Department, I have general oversight. I have general oversight of all.
Kasali ho kayo dito sa mga kickback.
And
Yung
this
oversight na yan, walang kwenta ho yan.
I deny, Your Honor.
Dahil po sa inyong masamang liderato, nandito tayo ngayon. Inaayos ho natin, hinahanap po natin sino yung mga kriminal. Hindi pa ho natin mahanap dahil nasa Portugal na nagtatago. Bakit niyo ho pinabayaan?
I cannot accept that because hands-on kayo, secretary kayo. I cannot imagine Secretary Dizon exercising oversight that is not correct.
What I'm saying is actually as Secretary, I exercise overall supervision, authority,
Not oversight.
and oversight. Because I also rely
Sabi ko
on my...
kanina,
The printout that I have sent there with a timestamp September 9, 6:03 p.m. was a hard copy, and I also got a soft copy of that printout
From?
from the office of Yusek Cabral, with Yusek Cabral present.
Okay, so yung email na pinanggalingan nung listahan is from a government employee or from an official email of the DPWH?
Soft copy was given to me,
Sorry, USB ba or it was
Yes.
emailed to you?
USB.
Okay, so may binigay sa yung hard copy at may binigay sa yung USB with all of these files.
Yes, my USB was the one that got the files.
Okay, so binigay mo yung USB mo kay Undersecretary Cabral at kinopya niya from her computer.
It was my USB from their computer in the presence of Yusek Cabral.
the good congressman will be the one to identify or talk about the contents of the files. I don't think he is competent because he is not part of the PWH. He is not even a staff of the PWH. He has nothing to do with the preparation of the entries, the consolidation of the reports. He has no personality to testify. I think what he can testify is limited only on how he was able to obtain the files from DPWH, particularly from the office of Yusek Cabral.
Baka lahat ng witnesses namin, resource person, nakatalukbong. At hindi namin papayagan, unfair yun.
Your Honor, I will comply naman po kung ano po ang sasabihin.
I think, that's the ruling of the chair. Kindly expose your face.